Hi guys, I'm back with another example on the challenge problem section. Guys, let us look at this example 4. Here we have a log of a log function. So it is a composition function and we want to find or evaluate the derivative of this function. So guys, before evaluating the derivative of this function, let us quickly remind ourselves the general rule for evaluating the derivative of the log functions. Guys, there's basically two of them, but the one that is actually going to be useful for this particular example is of the form log of x to the base b. So when we have a base different than e, what is the derivative of that function? Guys, it is 1 over x. It is always the inverse. So that's 1 over x, but since we have a different base, we got to multiply that with the ln of b. So guys, let us keep this in mind before we start actually finding the derivative of this particular function. Guys, first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to consider this whole thing as my inner. So it's like, as I like to do with any of those composition functions or bigger functions where there's more than one function, okay? So I kind of treat this as just a big X. Now, what is the derivative of a log x base 7? We can directly use this rule to actually write the derivative of that function. But then we know that if the inside function is more complex than just an x function, then we have to multiply by the derivative of the inner, which is basically using the chain rule. So let us go ahead and start doing it. So y prime will be 1 over this whole thing, log of x base 7. But then guys, keep in mind, we still have to multiply the denominator by the ln of the base b, and in this case it is going to be multiplying by the ln of 7. And don't worry about using a calculator to simplify this unless it is a multiple choice where the final answer has ln 7 simplified, then one has to use the calculator. Otherwise we don't need to use a calculator for this one. But guys, we cannot stop right here. We still have to multiply this by the derivative of the inner. So I'm going to write it as d over dx of the log x base 7. Guys, that is this inner piece, and we simply just use the chain rule. Now moving on, this is going to be 1 over, I'm just going to rewrite this, log of x base 7 times ln of 7. Guys, now we have to evaluate the derivative of this just log function, log x base 7. So it's very simple. We simply have to use this definition or this formula. Using that formula, it's going to be 1 over x, the inverse of that inverse function, but you have to multiply again by the denominator by the ln of the base, which is ln of 7. So that is the best we can do here, but let us simplify or write it a little bit in a slightly different way. Guys, 1 times 1 is just 1, and then downstairs we can rewrite things or rearrange things. It's going to look like x times ln of 7, and I can square this guy, ln 7 times ln 7, we can write this as ln 7 squared, and then I have my log x base 7, right, log x base 7. Guys, this is the best we can do here, so I'm going to leave the final answer like this. Guys, this is example 4 in the challenge problem section. I will see you in the next video with another challenge problem. Till then, take care.